Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the bell notification to get notified each time I post. So today, upon popular request, I'm going to be showing you guys my foundation routine, like full coverage foundation routine. Now I have oily skin, I have acne prone skin, and I also deal with hyperpigmentation, so my foundation routine might be different from the regular foundation routine that you see on YouTube. So you can pick tips and tricks from this video, or you can just follow my foundation routine if you have my skin type. Also, you do not have to use the same exact product. If you have products that work for you, you can of course go ahead and use them. But what's a popular trend in my routine is that I always go for hydrating or soft matte primers. I go for soft matte foundations, and I also use a lot of translucent powder. So yeah, that is what's popular in my foundation routine. So I just thought to put it out there for you guys to know before I dive right into the video. Also, I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to find your foundation shade. Of course, I'm not with you physically to help you find your shade, but I'm going to give you tips and tricks. And also, I'll put a website down below in my description box where I usually find my foundation shades. All you need to do is find 2 or 3 foundations that match you perfectly, and then you use that to fill out the information on the website, and then all you have to do is wait. They will email you every single foundation shade of yours in every foundation brand. Like, that's how it worked for me. I used it several months ago. I hope the website is still valid. Hopefully it is, because I think I showed my sister maybe like 3 weeks ago and it still works. So this video is not sponsored or anything. I just figured I should help people out because it's quite confusing, especially in times of COVID. You can't just go physically to go and buy foundation. You usually have to do it online. So I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks. So yeah, this video is going to be a voiceover because I want to take my sweet time and blend out, because I realized that when I do talk throughs, it's like super lengthy and I always say things that don't really have to do with the video. So yeah, if you want to see how this video is going to go down, carry on watching and let's just get right into it. Hey guys, getting straight into it, I'm going to be priming my skin with the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte primer. This is an amazing primer. I've had it for a while, so I'm going to definitely get my hands on it again. As I told you guys, I love soft matte products. This primer is like really moisturizing and soft matte at the same time, and it has like a blurring effect, so it helps really make my base look amazing. So if you have oily skin, you should definitely invest in soft matte products. That's going to make your base look and feel amazing. So I'm just pushing the primer into my skin. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. I'm just going to be pushing that into my skin. This is my beauty blender. It's really damp. I made it wet and then I squeezed all the extra water into a tissue paper. Now I'm just going to use the butt of the beauty blender to just push the setting powder into my skin. This setting powder is like close to my skin tone, so I love how it makes my face feel matte but not really dry, and also gives me some coverage at the same time. I really love this step, and if you have super oily skin, your base doesn't stay, I would advise you to do the powder before foundation technique. This is the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 390. I really love this foundation as well. It's soft matte and it's kind of a medium to full coverage. Is buildable, I believe. So on the days where my skin looks a little flawless, I go with less. On the days where my skin looks not so great, I just go in with as much as I can to build up more coverage. And I'm blending it out with the Evita Joseph X Annette B foundation brush. This brush is amazing. I love how it blends out the product seamlessly. It definitely doesn't leave any streaks on your face, so this is definitely a good investment, and these brushes last a really long time. I told you guys that I got a discount code for you guys, so I'll be linking everything that I'm using down in the description box so you guys can go ahead and get it. As I told you guys, I'm going in with another layer of foundation, just to, you know, make sure that my base is looking very seamless. Yeah. So a tip I want to give you guys is, if you're trying to get foundation, make sure to consider your skin type. My skin is oily, combination, and sensitive, so I like to go for soft matte foundations because I want my base to last long. If your skin is super oily and you go for a foundation that's more hydrating, you're going to have a lot of slipping and sliding on your face. So you have to make sure that you go for soft matte foundations that are going to work for your skin. If you have dry skin, you want to make sure that you go for a hydrating foundation. So yeah, that's one tip that I definitely want to you know, tell you guys, because it's super important to consider your skin type. So after going in with a brush, I like to go in with a damp beauty blender to just take off any excess product on my face and do some more blending, just to make sure that I just have like a seamless base. This is a very important step. Of course, you want to blend the sides of your nose. It's super cringy to find that you have products just laying by the sides of your nose after blending out you know, foundation. Yeah. For concealer, I'm going in with a Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers because it is like, has like a really amazing formula. I don't like very drying concealers. This is just the perfect formula for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and conceal the area under my eyes, and you know, the area around my mouth, which is the mustache area. I have some hyperpigmentation there, and now I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my forehead and the bridge of my nose. Yeah, I just like to do that to highlight my features and also conceal. This step is the concealing and highlighting step. Now what I'm going to do is let my concealer sit for a bit. Now this formula, this concealer's formula is really amazing. It can just sit on your face and not dry down at all. Yeah, so I'm contouring with one of my favorite beauty products. This is the Black Opal Stick Foundation in the shade Suede Mocha. I'm just using that to contour the perimeter of my face and the bridge of my nose, just to, you know, sculpt and yeah, just basically make my face look amazing. I'm going ahead to blend it out with the Evita Joseph Tall Light brush. This brush is really amazing. When blending out your contour, you want to blend into your hairline. When you are blending your contour on your cheekbones, you want to blend it upwards. Blending on your forehead goes inwards into your hairline. Blending on your cheekbones goes upwards. You don't want to drag your face down, as you guys can see what I'm doing. So just watch as I blend, and you're going to see exactly how I blend. I left all these parts in so you guys can see exactly how I blend my product. Don't be nervous about the concealer. I just like to let it sit because it gives me a fuller coverage. Now this doesn't work with all concealers. If the concealer is straight up matte, you want to go ahead and blend it out. Otherwise, if you leave it on your face, you're going to have trouble blending it out. Now I just felt the need to drop some more tips about finding the perfect foundation shade for you. I know that when you guys go foundation shopping, you basically hear the terms cool, warm, and neutral to describe how a shade will look on a skin. Basically, these terms refer to like the skin's undertone and are basically used to determine which foundation will match you best. Now the foundation undertones that I use mostly in the cosmetic industries are like cool, warm, and neutral undertones, and they are basically the colors that come through your skin from underneath the surface to affect its overall hue. It's not about how light or dark your skin is. People of all skin colors from very fair to deep have cool, warm, and neutral undertones, and you know, it basically doesn't have anything to do with your skin color. Now personally, when it comes to me, I fall in the warm category. I have a golden / yellow skin undertone. I would be filming a video talking to you guys more about this because it's super essential, and I keep getting questions about all these things, and I'm definitely sick and tired of like seeing people with wrong matching foundations, especially for beginners who do not know how to work around foundations that are not exactly their skin tones. It's very stressful, but people who have a little more experience tend to balance everything out with some concealer because of the contouring and highlighting. So yeah, now going back to the video, I am blending out everything on my face with a damp beauty blender, first of all to take off any excess product, and then to do some more blending. I know this might be too many steps for some people. Of course, you can go ahead and blend out your makeup with a beauty blender straight away like I did in a previous video, but I in my foundation routine, I find it really useful using a brush to blend out before going in with a beauty blender, because I really like my makeup very seamless. So I'm just going over with a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, to just do some more blending. I go back and forth with beauty blender and brushes, and I definitely don't forget to blend the sides of my nose because it's super cringy to go out and have products just laying by the sides of your nose. Now I'm just going back in to blend out my nose contour because it got a little bit lost over there. I got a little carried away with the blending that I completely went over my nose contour. I'm just using a synthetic flat brush. It's not necessarily a flat brush, it's kind of fluffy, and it works really well when blending out the contour on my nose. Now I'm just going to pinch the beauty blender and just go over the nose contour because I really don't want it to be super harsh. Now before I go in with the setting powder, I'm going to just blend out my under eyes for the last time because those are the places that I get really deep creases at. So before you go in with the setting powder, make sure you go over the places that you crease because you don't want to set creases. Now I just dip my beauty blender into the setting powder and I take off the excess at the back of my hand because I don't want to go in with too much powder, and just, you know, push the rest into my skin very slowly, especially where I crease at, so that I make sure that I don't crease there. I'm very prone to creases underneath the area under my eyes, so yeah, I just make sure that I push the powder in there, and I'm going to push it wherever I put concealer on my face, just to make sure that I set those creams and liquids on my face, because I have very oily skin. This is to just help my face stay a little less greasy during the day. I don't hate my skin. I love my oily skin, especially when I'm not wearing any makeup products, because my skin tends to look glowy and very, very healthy. But on days where I wear foundation, I just want my face to stay matte a little longer, so I use a lot of powder. I'm going to go ahead and bronze my face with the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. I'm going in with the Evita Joseph Twilight brush. This is amazing. Make sure to tap off the excess, because this product is hella pigmented. So I'm just going over the perimeter of my face, blending into my hairline, blending upwards at my cheekbones, wherever I basically applied cream contour, just to, you know, put some warmth back into my face. I really love the steps. There are some days where I do not use cream contour. I just go ahead and use bronzer, because I just really love bronzer. Bronzer is so bomb, and this is one of my favorite bronzers. Let me know if you guys want to see a drugstore version of this my foundation routine, because I'd definitely love to film it, because there are some amazing drugstore products, and I recently got my hands on some drugstore products that you guys are going to love. Now I'm going ahead to go over the contour on my nose, just because it got a little lost. I love contouring my nose, not because I hate my nose, it's because I can contour my nose. That's why I contour my nose, but I definitely love the shape of my nose. Now I'm going straight into baking. I'm going to bake with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love using this powder. Now this is where my foundation routine has switched a bit, because at first I would bake with the same powder that I set my highlights with, but I have switched. This powder is really bomb, and you should get your hands on it if you can afford it. An affordable dupe is the Airspun setting powder. That one is also amazing. It will definitely suck the oil out of your face, that one. But you need to be careful, because it gets really ghosty very quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and bake the area under my eyes and around my brows with this setting powder. For baking the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty setting powder that I used to set my face earlier. This is the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey. This is much closer to my skin tone, so I have decided to use it for the reverse contour. Now this is another thing that I have switched in my full coverage foundation routines. I did my eye makeup off camera. I'll definitely be posting the tutorial on Instagram, so go ahead and follow me on there. Now I lost my nose contour again because of the blending, so I just went ahead to just go over those areas. Now I'm going to dust off the excess setting powder from my face with the Real Techniques setting brush. This brush is really amazing. It has so many uses. Usually I would just push the powder into my skin, but I just decided to just dust off the excess, because I really wasn't going anywhere with this makeup. I was just going to stay at home with it. So yeah, I'm just dusting off the excess powder like I said earlier. Now to tie the entire base, I'm just dipping my Evita Joseph X NSB fluffy dense powder brush into my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Deep. I'm just going over my face just to tie everything together. You can obviously skip this step, but this is just going to make everything look very seamless. For blush, I'm going in with the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Red Vino. I know you guys are sick and tired of seeing this blush in every video that I do, but this is my absolute favorite blush. I have other blushes that like the Kikai blush palette, like the LA Colors blush palette as well. It's super amazing. I love how it's shimmery and very pigmented. I'm setting my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is just to melt everything together. For lips, I'm going to line my lips with the True Matte Makeup New York liquid lipstick in the shade Aubergine. I'm just going to go over and just line my lips with that color. For the main lip color, I'm going in with the MAC Ruby Woo lipstick. I'm going to be putting that at the center of my lip. It's an amazing red lip color, very bold, very beautiful, and goes with a lot of skin tones. If you're going to be investing in a red lipstick, I would advise you to go in for this one because it looks amazing. Now I'm just going to go in with some concealer to clean around my lips, and also go in with a dark brown pencil just to go over the dark brown portions of my lips to make my lips look a little more cleaned up. Now the tip I did with my finger there was to prevent the lipstick from touching my teeth. I am highlighting with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Gold Deposit. I'm going over the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and of course I'm going in onto my brow bone. I don't always do this every day, but I just wanted to be extra today. I'm highlighting the top part of my cheekbones with the same highlighter and the brush from Evita Joseph. Every brush that I use today would be linked down below, and my discount code as well, so you guys can go ahead and purchase and get some cash off. I'm setting my face for the second time with the Benai Final Seal, and I'm going in with some mascara onto my lower lash line. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everything I use will be put down in the description box. I'm giving you some close-ups so you guys would see how seamless I blend my makeup, so you guys would see exactly how flawless it looks. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.